Welcome back to The Influenced. I'm Uncle Bonehead. This is your cue.
And I'm Alan Taylor, aka Cryptocracy.
We took last week off because, life gets in the way. We were all busy.
Yeah, and we just wanted to do a little planning and come up with some good content concepts for you guys, and we did that. And today we're talking about two of content creators' biggest opportunities, Rally and Coil, both announcing that they are sunsetting their products within the same week. Rally went first on January 31st. They didn't give users much notice. They sent out an email saying we're closing shop, and that quickly they were gone. Coil has given everyone a little bit more notice. They're not taking any new subscribers as of February 2nd, but current subscribers can continue to monetize their content and read content, consume content under the Coil banner until March 15th. But I'm sad to see both of these go, and for different reasons, but basically, well, the same reason, but for different, they serve different audiences, is what I'm going to say. So, just an introduction for anyone not familiar with these two. Coil, I'll start there. Coil is a web monetization protocol built on the Interledger Foundation's monetization protocol. And the idea was to allow website owners a way to monetize their content with a simple piece of code. And it worked beautifully. It could also monetize your YouTube and Twitch channels. And it worked great. Every 2 or 3 days, I'd get a few cents, showing up in my digital wallet. And that was nice to see. If you had a large website with a lot of traffic, then you could make some pretty good money. It was based on, reading time or time spent consuming your content. And so if you had huge traffic numbers, you could have an additional revenue channel. Rally was different. Rally had a platform that allowed creators to go up and create a social token. Basically, it's like a membership token. So you could go up, create a token for your community, and pass that out to your community members. They could buy some, you could give them away, you could hold bounties and pay people for doing tasks, and basically reward them for being members of your community. I write about both of these in both of my books, but now, well, since they're shutting down, if you're buying Web3 Social, which launches in February, on February 15th, that information is not going to be good for you anymore. It's going to be irrelevant. It's going to be outdated. So that's the problem with writing a book. Something can go out of date real quick. But the rest of the book, it's 99% good information now. But thanks to Coil and Rally, that little bit that I talk about those two projects in the book, you can just wash that out. But both of these were great projects. I'm sad to see them go.
Yeah, now Rally's just going to be gone, but Coil's going to probably have a replacement or something else that can go on top of the Interledger. Is that how that works? Or
the thing is with Rally, there are other places you can go to create a token. So it's not a huge loss, but I think they ran into some financial trouble, especially after the SEC targeted them as a security. I don't know if the SEC went after them per se, but they did they did announce that they were security and made a big deal about that. And this came about because of an investigation involving Coinbase. And the SEC didn't like Rally for whatever reason, called it a security, and since then it's just gone downhill. With Coil, there aren't that many web monetization protocols out there that work real well. And so I really liked that it was easy, it was simple to use, it was easy to implement, and anyone could do it. So I'm sad to see that go. There are other, and I talk about other web monetization protocols in Web3 Social, which publishes next week. But Coil was, in my mind, the easiest and simplest to implement.
Right. What would be some of the other ones that, or is there any?
Oh, well, there aren't any that are super simple. There is a creator coin called Like that I haven't used it, but it does kind of fit in with the Coil model in a little bit. It is an actual coin or token that creators can use to incentivize their communities. And the cool thing about Like is I believe it has its own blockchain, so it is an actual coin, so you can adopt it and use it. But I haven't used it, so I can't say a lot about it. But it is included in my book, so all I know is based on the research I've done. And then there's web monetization itself, the Web Monetization Foundation, whose goal is to create open standard protocols that website owners can use to monetize their content. And I think they've got a few initiatives going.
Cool. Yeah, I was just looking at webmonetization.org, and they've got...
Yeah, that's the one right there.
It's got browser plugins for Firefox, Chrome, and Edge. Puma browser. There's 2 search engines that are web monetized features. I don't know how those work, but Infinity Search and Mojeek.
Yeah, I haven't used Infinity I haven't used either one of those. I should send them a link that says, do you know another search engine? And then there's a link, make a PR. Yeah, there's Presearch, which is they're not web monetized through webmonetization.org, but you can earn pre-tokens by searching through Presearch.
Cool. They've got...
But if you scroll down to the bottom there, they've got a list of web monetization tools. So there's Hugo, Monetize 11TY. I haven't used any of these.
I've used Hugo.
I don't know how well they work.
I've used Hugo and Jekyll. I started to play with Gatsby, but I don't know if I could ever do that. or 11.
Well, Gatsby is a plugin is it like for WordPress or other CMSs?
No, these are static website builders. They
I got you. Yeah, so it's a code you plug in.
Yeah, plugins for them that automatically puts the web monetization into your website for you. Moodle.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Oh, there's one from Moodle. Yeah. Well, Moodle's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it is. I hate when my phone rings. Sorry.
Yeah. So if you build a website on Moodle, if you build a website on Moodle, then they have a web monetization module you can just plug right in. There's one for Jekyll. Yep. And you said you used that one?
Yeah. Yep. I used Jekyll, and one time I had my site hosted on GitHub, It was using Jekyll to build it, and then I switched to Hugo and had that on. I can't remember the name of the. Starts with an F. But then I got off of that and put it on IPFS. Then I went back and put it back on WordPress, and I jump all over all the place.
So did they work for you? Did they work well?
Yeah, Hugo's really good. It's just pretty. It's a big thing, and it doesn't really take a bunch of horsepower to get it to run, but it's pretty cool because you can make a static HTML website with these builders, and then do updates to them like a blog, like a WordPress blog. But the drawback is you have to upload the entire site back to the server. That's the only problem.
Here's one for WordPress called Pipe Web Monetization. It's a WordPress plugin.
Ah, cool.
And the cool thing about a lot of these is they are not necessarily crypto focused.
Right.
They can, you can earn actual fiat money through some of these. Probably most of them actually, and you can monetize your content. So if you're not into crypto but you want to monetize your website, then you can go and use one of these web monetization plugins for whatever website you have. And WordPress is the largest content management solution, largest open source solution. So it's huge. They've got a huge development community. So if you have a WordPress website, you can use Pipe.
Cool. I'll definitely be checking these out because we run Coil on Defluence.online, and so apparently we're going to have to do something before the 15th.
Yeah. Well, your account will automatically disappear. So you don't have to worry about doing anything. You can remove the code if you want to. I don't think it'll jack around your website, but if it does, just take it out. That's all you got to do. Just remove the code from your header and you're done with it.
Right.
But it'll stop working whether you do that or not.
Right. Well, I know it does pop up the little pop-up saying this, use Coil or whatever it says. I can't remember what the little pop-up shows on it. Every time I log in, or every time I go to the site, I'm logged into WordPress, so I don't see it.
Yeah. Then you get a little pop-up that says, "Hey, what's up there, Uncle Bonehead? How you doing?"
Now, Rally.
So web monetization is, yeah. Let's talk about Rally a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, that, from what I understand, that was basically an NFT type thing, right? That you could create.
Well, you could create fungible tokens with Rally, and basically the idea is this falls into the category of what they call creator tokens or social tokens, and they're tokens that allow you to reward community members. So if you have a thriving community, let's say around gaming, for instance, you have a gaming enthusiast a Discord channel. Let's say you have a few thousand members. You could create a token and reward your community members for certain activities. They could be in-game activities. They could be Discord activities. You could create bounties. For instance, if you want to do some social promotion, you can reward your community members with your token for promoting your platform, promoting your community. So if they send out tweets or if they promote on Facebook or whatever, you can reward that activity.
That's cool.
You can create Yeah, create bounties around anything. So if there's anything special that your community does, maybe you have tournaments. You know, if you have game tournaments, maybe your token can be a reward for winning the tournament. And what it does, it incentivizes your community to be more engaged because they're getting something practical out of it and something of value. And these tokens can be exchanged. They can be bought and sold on certain exchanges. If you get it listed on one of the exchanges, then they can buy and sell those on the exchanges, and so that token actually becomes a monetized asset.
Cool. It says in the article something about SuperLayer, the venture studio from the co-founders of Rally. It says that in January of 2022, they moved
Yeah.
to the rival Solana blockchain. Is this something that maybe could continue on a different blockchain than Ethereum? Or some kind of a...
It's probably not going to. Yeah, you talking about Rally?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably not going to continue on another blockchain, but somebody else could start something just like it. There are other places to go. There's Coinvice, there's Bitbond. There are several of these types of platforms out there that allow creators to easily create their own social token. Of course, if you're a coder and you're a programmer and you're good at smart contracts, you can just create your own token anyways. Just do it the same way all these developers do, right?
that's right.
Or hire someone to do it for you. You know, it's always that's always an option. But these platforms made it easy for anyone to just go up and create a token, um, fill in a few blanks, fill out a form. You know how many tokens you want to issue, how often do you want to do you want to update the programming? Do you want to pause? And like say if you have an emergency in your community, do you want to pause the minting for a while? Have that ability. Uh, Different questions that they ask you, and just fill out the form, and voila, you create a token.
Cool.
Yeah. So I talk about some of those in my book. In addition to Rally, there's Roll, there's Coinvice, there's Bitbond. There's several others out there. So losing Rally isn't that big a deal. I think the SEC targeted Rally because they were the biggest one. They were the first and the biggest one to come about, and a lot of people were using it. It was very popular. But I don't. I scratched my head to think why they think this was a security, because nobody was buying. Nobody was buying. Um, you know, they
Be-
weren't buying shares in a company.
because
They were
government
they were
hates...
buying a token that represents. Yeah, they hate competition.
Yeah.
They're just buying a token that represents being involved in a community. So Rally had its own token, and that might have been it. I don't think Coinbase has a token of its own, but Rally did, and so that may have been the distinction. But yeah, again, the value for Rally and all these platforms, it wasn't that you were holding their token; it was that you had the ability to create your own token.
Wow. Leave it to the U.S. government to screw something cool up.
Yeah, their job is to protect investors, but there are a lot of other things out there much much bigger than Rally. Rally was not, I don't think, hurting anyone
Right.
from what I can see. So I don't know why they decided to pick on Rally.
Probably because it was the low hanging fruit and easy to do. I had a,
It was an easy target.
yeah,
They went after Library a while back.
yeah.
The video platform, and ran them through the ringer, and Library challenged them and lost. Now they're going after Ripple for XRP, and that case has been going on for a couple of years. But I expect XRP to come out of that smelling good. Even if they lose, XRP is going to be around a while. I don't see it going anywhere. They might have to change the way the protocol works, but I don't think it's going anywhere. So SEC is just trying to protect investors. Strangely, though, most investors involved in any of what we're talking about, they know how to protect themselves if they're serious investors. So
Right.
I think it's an unnecessary deal in a lot of cases.
They wouldn't be in it if they weren't. If they didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, so it's my last newsletter mentioned these. It's a sad day for crypto.
Yep.
It went out Monday, and these were top of the news on that day because I just see this as a sort of a turning point for crypto. I really think the regulatory agencies have crypto on their radar, and they're going to be clamping down a little bit more on anybody that is not following the rules. What I hope happens is that the rules become clearer, that through a legislative process that we could develop new rules for crypto that stand outside of the traditional securities model.
Not to change the subject or anything, but I like the like 10 Coinbase alternatives you got on Cryptocracy Substack. It's 10 Coinbase alternatives. Every one of these is centralized, just like Coinbase.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Just like Coinbase. Yeah.
They're alternatives, but they're just like them.
Yeah, they didn't mention any decentralized platform. So
Imagine that.
hey, it is what it is. Yeah, it's kind of like whenever you read an article about Web3 social media and they mention Steemit, but they don't say anything about Hive.
Yeah.
I always think that's funny because Steemit is not doing that well these days. It's like a ghost town. Hive is at least has a thriving community.
I've logged in over there back when I was checking out DTube. That's what I was doing. I was using DTube and posting to Steemit and Hive, just to do two things at once out of the same content. And I'd get all these upvotes on Hive, and Steemit would be like 1. Then I'd go over there and
Yeah, because nobody's doing anything over there.
Yep. You'd go over there and there's like nobody posting anything, or it's bots that are posting.
Yeah. Hey, Justin's son has a new toy.
Yeah. What's this about?
So I don't really have much else to say about Coil or Rally, but other than that, these two platforms really serve. Well, one's a platform, one's a protocol. They really serve a unique niche, and I think there's a void there now in the market where something can come along and replace them.
Hopefully it'll be Coil first, because Coil makes more sense.
Yeah, I'd like to see an open source web monetization platform that actually grows to popularity.
That would be awesome. Very, very awesome. Well, I can't think of anything else unless you want to cover this MasterCard NFT product lead resigning. and minted his resignation letter as an
Oh
NFT.
yeah, that's pretty cool. It's kind of like, hey, this is in your eye, Mastercard.
That
He was
is,
the NFT lead at Mastercard. Evidently, he got. It wasn't a very good assignment for him. Let's say it that way. So he resigned and then minted his resignation letter as an NFT.
that's
I just
awesome.
think that's funny. That's hilarious.
That is funny. Sounds like something I would do, or at least try to do if I could figure out
It
how to get
does.
them in.
It does, doesn't it?
That would be perfect. That'd make a great that I could see people buying, for a couple $1,000,000 in NFT. People's resignation letters. But
Well, you can mint just about anything. So, yeah, I mean, why not?
yep,
If someone comes along and buys it just as a novelty, then you make a little money, and if they
oh yeah,
later on sell it, they
yeah.
make a profit, then you get a little bit out of that. So why not?
Couple years down the road, might be worth way more. Just like somebody's
Then
autograph.
again, it could be like Jack Dorsey's first tweet, sell for millions and then resell for thousands.
There you go. Well, I guess we can pull this one to a close. We're about 20 minutes or so. So that's about the sweet spot that people seem to like.
Yeah. Well, as usual, it's fun chewing the chat with my friend Uncle Bonehead.
As same here.
So,
You guys tune in. We're going to be
yeah.
talking a lot about
Anyways,
Alan's new book coming up here soon. So just keep subscribed. You're going to like it.
February 15th, folks. February 15th.
Yep. Just about a week away.
Yeah, so if you're not already a subscriber, drop on into cryptocracy.substack.com and subscribe. Love to have you around reading my curated crypto news every week.
And don't forget you can email us at podcast at defluence.online. I got it right once.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, now we're going to hit stop.